How to lose a game, a 101 masterclass right there by the Edmonton Oilers, allowing St. Louis to snap a 7-game winless streak with 1:23 left on the clock. You had a 2-0 lead at one point, and you blew it, and you didn't survive like you did on Saturday against Chicago. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson with you inside the EST studios on Edmonton's west side. And, of course, Matt Kassian is going to be joining us from his satellite studios shortly. Our game analysts help us break this one down as the Oilers fall to 6-5-3, losing to the worst team in the Western Conference. Pardon me, tied for the worst team in the Western Conference. You can text us 780-218-9999. You can get to the nasty chat as well. We'll hear from a lot of people tonight, I'm sure. Sorry. I should give the Blues credit. They move ahead of Calgary.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry. I'm cutting them short here. They were tied with the Flames for last in the West, and the Oilers give them 2 more points tonight. St. Louis improves to 4-7-2. GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta. I'll tell you what, somebody at the Oilers, call GCL Diesel, get some turbochargers in there, get some injectors, get some fuel pumps, and some sensors to find out where the hell this team's heart is, because this was another listless, weak performance. How many passes, Benny Thompson, were just knocked down, passed into lanes of sticks, into skates, passes to nowhere?
It just seemed like they couldn't. Like we've talked about this for a while now, and Cass made this point. I don't know, this had been 5-6 games ago, where he thinks the struggles for the Oilers were the D-men being able to get up to their forwards in stride and with speed. And I think that was direct lead to the score we saw tonight. The Oilers scored 2 goals, and they didn't score more because they couldn't get the puck in the zone cleanly. It was just picked off in the neutral zone left and right. It was just a scrappy game for both teams. I don't think both teams looked incredible or I don't know. It's kind of just I hate using this word, but I keep bringing it. Meh. I think both teams played meh. It was a mid off, is what people might
a mid off.
A mid off.
You know what I would say about that defensive effort by Evan Bouchard in front of the net when Braden Shen scored that goal?
Boo! You suck.
That was awful.
Yeah.
I love this board. It's great. That was so weak. Today we graded the Oilers defense on the GCL, or not the GCL Diesel Oil Stream, but the Oil Stream Afternoon edition presented by Boston Pizza. Hernan gave Bouchard a C- initially.
Yeah.
And I said no. D.
Vetoed.
And then I didn't need to veto it. I just said, come on, Hernan. And Hernan's like, you know what? You're right. A D. And I'm just going to describe, and I know I'm picking on him.
Yep.
Serenity now. Insanity later. I know I'm picking on him. But I'm sorry, when you are in front of your goalie and you have an opposing player there, you didn't even fight for position. You didn't battle for position.
Nothing.
You got out of the way voluntarily, and you allowed a much stronger, tougher, engaged player in Braden Shen to do whatever he wanted with the rebound after your goalie made the save. And you went like this.
Yeah.
I've tried to lift his stick. That was so putrid. And I was thinking to myself with about 5 minutes left while we were watching the game, Benny, here in studio.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I might actually say Evan Bouchard had an okay night.
He wasn't that
And
bad
he totally
tonight,
ruined it.
and then that play
You go
happened.
and do that.
Yeah.
That is so soft. 10-ply, bruh.
10-ply. God.
You get out of the way of a low shot. Like you move 3 or 4 feet away from a low shot when you're in a battle to salvage points to a bad team right now. And then you let their captain just take the puck and bury the rebound. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry. Unacceptable. And I'm not pinning the loss on him. I'm pinning that game-winning goal on him. The team could have had more offense, could have been sharper, could have been crisper with his passes, taking advantage of opportunities. It kind of came close, but slowly St. Louis pushed back and clawed its way back into the game. So it's not just on one guy the reason why they lost, but on that goal, it is his fault. And I will pin the blame
100%.
on him.
100%. He's got to take his guy.
He didn't even engage him.
Yeah, it's just so, like, it seems like Bouchard can't get out of his own way. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, if the Oilers win today, I don't know if anyone's talking about a Bouchard, I don't think anyone's talking about Bouchard tonight. But then he just has to go screw it up in the end. Like, it's never ending for him right now.
In his defense, the Oilers again could not add to their lead and ice the game.
2 goals very rarely wins you a hockey game.
Yes.
That is the bottom line. To me, we can pin this on Bouchard all day.
I'm pinning
100%.
the winning goal on him.
Yes, 100%.
I'm not pinning the loss.
He was at fault for that 1,000%. Oilers need to score more than 2 goals a game. That is flat out bottom line. If you expect to win 2 goals a game in the NHL, you're not getting it. You're not going to be a winning team if you're scoring 2 goals a game. And this team, and I mentioned my question of the game, or my question of the day in pregame show. Was this the night the Oilers were going to break out? Their offense was going to click and everything.
We gave them the benefit of the doubt.
Binnington had a low goals against average, a low save percentage. This was the night. Oh, yeah, there you go. And it was another just bleh game for the Oilers on offense.
Let's welcome in our game analyst, Matt Kassian, to help us clean up this garbage. Cass, it's a trap was point number 1
trap
of Game Changers. And they walked right into it whistling. Just not a care in the world. And they step right into it. By golly, Cass, break this one down.
Here we go. Doop, 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 doop. Like just
there you go, swinging their arms.
Here.
What a lovely day.
Like they're doing, can't remember, there's that one, I think it's from the 90s. It's like in every song, he's like, Scooby-Doo, and that's kind of how the feeling had. We're just like, we're here, we're hanging out. We're having fun. We're existing. We're going to win this game. Woo. We're playing awesome. Woo. And hey, they didn't give up much in the third.
They didn't generate much.
But they didn't generate much. Yeah. And big blunder cost you. I don't know what Evan Bouchard was doing. I don't know. Fronting him, sure. Like the defensive system, they typically do that. That's fine. You start in front of them. That's fine. But then you got to find the guy.
Right.
And not back off away from like being nowhere near. You started off by fronting and then you ended up nowhere near him. Like that was bad. You give up another lead. You had a 2-goal lead.
Yes.
Wanted to see some killer instinct at that point, and it just wasn't there. It just goes back like we're fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. And
that was Saturday.
And there's still time in the season. I get it. There's time in the season. I still think this team will at some point wake up. So I'm not freaking out. All is lost. They're not going to make the playoffs. Sky is falling. But man, it's frustrating to watch right now. That was a tough one, guys. That was a tough one because they had a lead again. And you're like, okay, they got a lead. They got some saves to get the lead. They maybe didn't deserve a 2-goal lead even at that point, but they had it. got a couple saves in the first period from Pickard that I thought were great saves. The toe save on the wraparound on Thomas, the other, stepping
Broberg
across
shot.
save. I don't know if it's the Broberg shot. Like there were some good saves by Pickard. You probably shouldn't have been up 2-0. And then you just kind of, unfortunate on the McDavid penalty, right, to let him back into it. But at the end of the day, guys, you had a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
You let it slip through your fingers, and that's about as frustrating as it gets.
I need to correct myself. It wasn't Shen. Shen started that play.
Pius
It was
Suter.
Pius Suter.
That's the worst part. If it was Braden Shen that like outworked Bouchard and like pushed him over.
Yeah.
Braden Shen's a pretty damn good net front presence player. That's Pius Suter.
Let me correct myself. You let Pius Suter do whatever he wanted in front of Calvin Pickard after he made the initial save. My bad. I thought it was Shen because Shen started that play. My bad. All right, let's get to some text. 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as well. Lots of messages coming in, and rightly so. I mean, they pissed away 2 more points. This one comes in from Marcus, the Caps fan. Says, how can you say Bouchard can kill penalties? That's not a benching in NHL, but would be a novice. Getting out of the way of a shot and no net battle. Team Canada D-man in what universe? That's Marcus, the Caps fan. You know what? Whoever thought he had a chance of making Team Canada this year, like even a slight one, was out of their mind.
Well, I thought he had a chance at it.
Out of your mind.
But look how he played the playoffs, guys.
I thought he had a chance to.
He played through 14 games.
Well, 100%.
No, I know, not now.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Not now.
Not now.
It's the start of the season, heading into the season. Like if he plays 10 out of the 14 games like he did in the playoffs, he's got a chance at it.
100%.
Not now, Tom. It'd be ridiculous. It'd be ridiculous.
Was
Not
the
now.
Islanders game where someone was like, did he just end his chance at making Team Canada? It's like, no. It was over a while ago.
Yeah.
Conroe,
Yeah,
Texas, texting in. Conroe, Texas says, I'm at a point where if I never see Evan Bouchard in an Oiler uniform again, I will not be disappointed. Making bad passes is one thing, but that move on the winning goal just shows that he has no interest sacrificing himself for the team. I mean, there's a lot. But again, they shouldn't have been at that point where they were tied.
Like, again, I understand a lot of the talk tonight is going to be on Bouchard, and I 100% get it. Makes sense. They made a very lazy lack of awareness play on that final goal. But you need to score more than 2 goals a game.
Cass, what is up with this lack of offense? What? Like, they scored 6 goals in a 4-game span twice. They go 2-0-2 in their last 4. Not the greatest wins or anything that would inspire you to be like, all right, this team's humming. Tonight, I think Louis and Jack pointed out those small moments, very little windows where they generated some momentum. What is it about this offense that continues to sputter?
Tom, I still say it's, well, two things, 2 parts.
Okay.
And I've said this before, and as long as they keep playing like this, I'm going to keep coming back to it. I think their defense do not do a good enough job of transitioning the puck to the forwards, either quickly enough or cleanly enough. That's problem number 1, which leads them to not being threatening off the rush. They are not nearly generating I'd have to look at last year compared to this year, but it feels like they're not generating nearly the amount of chances or high quality chances off the rush as they did before. And even if you're not generating chances off the rush, high quality ones, being threatening off the rush backs everybody up, pushes them closer to the net, creates more space in the zone. You have better possession. You're able to work the cycle game a little bit better. That's number 1. Number 2, and it maybe wasn't as bad tonight, and St. Louis really tried to button it down. As we talked about in pregame, sometimes when teams are struggling defensively, you're coming up against the Edmonton Oilers, Draisaitl, McDavid, you're like, let's hunker down, we can do it. And that's what they did. But problem number 2 is still a resistance to shoot when the opportunity presents itself. and trying to force plays. Maybe that would be even more than the resistance to through a over desire to force a play versus just taking what's given and taking a shot. Now, I think that's a lesser of a problem. I still think the root of it, guys, is getting the puck to the forwards' hands with speed in motion to play fast. Like, they have fast players. They have extremely fast players. But can we say in the last 5 games that this team has looked fast?
Nope.
Adam Henrique made a fast play earlier today. Tom and I were talking about
Adam
that.
Henrique looked good until they stopped playing him in the third period.
But yeah, no, this team has not looked fast at all.
There you have it.
Yep. I don't know what to say anymore. You go back to back. St. Louis, Dallas. St. Louis can't win a game. Haven't won a game since October 18th. And then you're going, all right, the Oilers are kind of feeling good about themselves. And then you watch that and you're like, what happened to you guys? Where's the team that wants to win? Here's a text. 780-218-9999 says, you could say Bouchard's effort was putrid. Well done. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
This one says, the Oilers got up 2-0. Tried to float the rest of the way to snag a win and conserve energy to play Dallas tomorrow night. Oh, yeah. Maybe if that's a theory. All right. Did you see that note from Fergie?
No.
Okay, I'll take care of that. Greg, the sound guy, says, Blue yet another weird, hey? Any chance they can leave Frederick in St. Louis? Didn't even look like he could be bothered to show up in his hometown as well. Also, anyone notice that shot of his family in the suite? If any of them were wearing an Oilers jersey, I don't recall seeing a single one. End of the day, this group needs to find a pulse. They aren't fun to watch. Cheers, boys. Go Riders. Greg, the sound guy. Jason in Leduc says, the Oil Bouchard away 2 more points. Watching this team is so uninspiring after watching the Blue Jays, a team that worked for everything they got, brought a lunch pail to work every day, focused on the process, and played the right way. So tough to watch right now. That text from Jason in Leduc. This one says, Nurse Contract 2.0. How's that saying go? Fool me once, shame on you. ... Ha ha, you boys rule. Love that stream. Much Master Flex says, every single post-game show is the same thing, and Bouch is the center of it. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Floor is yours. I'll take care of it. Fergie sent something. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, once again, I don't think we need to be panicking here, and I don't think we are.
No, we're just blown away by how terrible of a loss that was.
We're assessing, tonight. To me, this still isn't a long-term issue. I think they clear it up. I think they get rolling like they typically do, and they're getting this stuff done now. But it's just been such weird hockey. And to me, I don't know if it's just me, but they play different on the road. That might be just me, and I just prefer the view from a camera at Rogers Place. I don't know. That could just be me. But they at home, it feels like they're more comfortable and they just know what they're doing a little bit better. They haven't had fantastic performances at home all year, but the record is definitely better. On the road right now, they just seem like they're going in there and they just have no clue what they're. I don't want to say no clue what they're doing, but just not like no urgency. It feels like they didn't sleep in their own bed the night before. They're not comfortable. I don't know. Like, to me, it's just weird. Do you have any reason to, like, Cass? Do you think there's anything to that at all? Probably nothing. But I'm just throwing stuff at the wall.
No, well, we're trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah,
we're trying to find what's the reason.
Working through this equation right now.
You are working through it. That's the thing, and we're not going to get a set answer. This is not, this is not algebra. It's more complex than that. Teams sometimes play different at home than on the road, and there's a variety of reasons for that. You have last change. Has something to do with it. Sometimes being in your own bed, that has something to do with it. You are more comfortable sometimes. Now, sometimes teams play a little bit better on the road because they simplify on the road. And at home, that comfort can lead them to be a little lackadaisical or to try to stretch outside of what they normally do, or you're trying to, I don't know, press the fans. Like you can play different. Now, typically it's like power play, penalty kill is where you see that more pronounced, is the differences in the power play and the penalty kill on the road versus at home. Because you'd think if you played the same, like those should be the same. Your percentages should be really close. And there can oftentimes be, and not every team, but oftentimes there can be quite a spread between your road penalty kill and your home penalty kill percentage, and your road power play and your home power play percentage. And oftentimes it's your penalty kill at home is better and your power play on the road is better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because on the road, the power play guys just simplify being in someone else's building. And at home, you're a little more willing to block a shot with your face in front of your home crowd that's going to praise you for it. I mean, that would be my easy explanation. That, however, does not apply in the slightest with what's going on. So that doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I don't know if it's comfort. I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, it's just the general and it's not. And I know there's people in the nasty chat that have thrown that out there and thrown this accusation out there where they're like, they're just not working hard, and like comparing them to the Blue Jays, and they're just not working hard. They're not the team. It's not like they're not trying.
Yeah.
They're not going out there being like, oh, we want to lose today, we're not going to try hard. That's not what it is at all. Now, is there undoubtedly some things mentally that can be a block? Or there are some things where you're thinking about the playoffs, and so you're reacting slightly different than if you're, just completely all out willing to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's unrealistic to expect them to be at that level for the entirety of the season. And I don't expect them to be at that level, but like, they're not going into this being like, like Evan Bouchard tonight before the game was not like, I can't wait till the third period till I'm going to front a guy and then abandon him and just leave him there and watch him pick up a rebound and put it in. So we lose with a minute and a half left. Like that's not what went through his mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Really,
so
that's kind of exactly what he said.
that's what it looks like, but that's not it's not like he's going out there wanting to do the right things. He's going out there wanting to play well. He wants to win. Like, and that, I mean, maybe more than anything is the frustrating thing, and why we're like speculating on maybe they're just less comfortable and on the road, like trying to figure out what this is. So I don't know, maybe if it would help us all feel better, let's hear, I want to hear in the nasty chat and via the text line, because we'll read some of them out. Give us your wildest theories. Give us your wildest theories for why this team just seems like they can't do anything for 60 minutes.
780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. The Oilers fall 3-2, blow a 2-goal lead. Pius Suter allowed to bang home some garbage, as we like to say, in front of Calvin Pickard after he makes the initial save. Yes, Evan Bouchard jumped out of the way, didn't really engage Pius Suter at all. Edmonton allows St. Louis to snap a 7-game winless streak, and they will move on to Dallas tomorrow. It was announced Dallas will get a Stadium Series game, and yippee, that's great. The Oilers will look to find their game tomorrow night in Big D. All right, let's get to some more texts as we break this thing down. This one comes in out of Saskatchewan. Says they're still disconnected in all three zones. Starts with clean zone exits. Cass, you've been talking about that for about a week or two. Haven't seen the numbers this year, but I believe last year they were the best zone exit team in the league. D not doing a great job moving the puck, but transition is about 5 guys. Yes, that has been an issue. Jimmy O says they're all waiting for each other to pop off. They're nice guys, don't want to be the first. And then this one says...
That's a good one.
Movie idea, Groundhog Day 2, how the Oilers start every season. That's a good one. Unfortunately, Harold Ramis is no longer with us, and I don't think Bill Murray wants to be in the sequel. And I think that ruined their friendship.
Really?
Before Harold Ramis passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, Bill Murray went to his place and they had they bridged the gap,
yeah.
They bridged the divide, and then Harold Ramis passed away shortly after that. All right, Benny, any other texts you want to get to?
I'm looking at the nasty chat. First of all, when you were kind of breaking down the game, someone said Stu looked horrible tonight.
Oh, Stu did.
I was like,
Didn't open the gate fast enough, did he?
I was like, oh yeah, he was the problem tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talk. I mean, I saw a good point. I'm missing it. Sorry if I missed your name, but someone made a really good point. Like Bouchard is not to blame for all this. I like this whole the Nash chat. Of course, there's a lot of hate for him.
Right. I mean, there's incredibly weak play.
There's plenty of blame to go around for tonight's loss. It is not. I understand Bouchard's had a very, very, to his standard, horrible. I guess to any standard, to be fair, start to the season. It's been brutal, but he's not the only reason tonight.
Nope.
He simply isn't.
It's just easy to pick it out because it's
That's
late in the
won
game,
right? His lackadaisical play won the game. Yeah.
Yep. And that's why we're talking about it. But
yeah.
Anything good? Second line, Savoy.
Roslovic scored again.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was nice.
The second line continues to play well. Yeah, like again, like I don't know. I'm sounding like a broken record. Savoy looked pretty good tonight. Henrique. We were talking about Henrique in that first period. Like he was it seems like he's hit another gear compared to last year. Like it's just like it seems like he's got another step to his game, which is really nice to see because it's last year there was a lot of talk about do the Oilers have a third line center that's capable, and it's if Henry continue to play the way he is, that's a third line center right there. You have that with the way Roslovic's playing. You know that looks like a top six winger right now. Like it's once again a lot of doom and gloom around this team right now. There are some beaming lights, but again, there's just it seems like kind of the similar mistakes are happening on each loss, which is frustrating to watch. But here we are.
To the inbox.
Oh boy.
Josh from K-Town says, hey, fellas, the mistakes on the ice are one thing, but the decision-making by the coaches has been even worse this year. Bouchard, great offensively, but why not put him out there in a tie game with 1:23 left when his defense has been horrible this year? I think Knoblock is a good coach, but a lot of their problems are from the bench boss's decisions this year. That's Josh from K-Town. No timeout call with the last icing. I think, and he has said this in years prior, he prefers going off of the defense being tired.
Yeah.
And he thinks these guys have enough
fair.
gas.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with not if you know your guys are absolutely gassed, then you need to call a timeout. If you know their guys are gassed and your guys are okay, then you just run with it. Mm-hmm. Because it's also giving them time to run a counterplay to prepare for whatever you're going to do. And better believe they've scouted you, right? And so they're going to talk about what you're probably trying to do. And really, with hockey, this is not football. You start from a static position, but 8 things change the second the puck is dropped in the half second after it's dropped, where oftentimes your set play doesn't work. Now, on occasion, works exactly as you drawn it up. You kind of know everyone's responsibilities, but there's like 8 contingencies built in, right? And that's part of it. Is you're giving guys a break. You're reminding them of the contingencies. If this is kind of the primary thing, what we're trying to do on a clean win, usually a win's not clean. This is everyone else's role and responsibility. Have a quick sip of water, take a deep breath, let's go. But if the guys know what they're doing and they're comfortable with it, like, are you going to run them through the same play again that you've already run them through 80 times? And be like, hey guys, this is the new play. Like you're not going to do that. And if the defensemen are tired and they're looking for, hey, I'm tired. I can't remember what the Edmonton Oilers do because we've never seen them do it before. We don't play them every single game. I'm for it. That's not the reason why you lost. You're already losing at that point anyways. It's 8 to 10 seconds. Like I get the frustration. That's not where the game was lost.
Yeah. And to the texter's point he blames coaching pretty heavily on this because he has Bouchard out in that final minute 20. This has been a constant conversation we've had from the start of this year to now is Knoblock has forever ending trust basically in Bouchard. Like in every situation, and whether you disagree with him or not, I don't know if it's even worth like arguing. He trusts him in every situation. You saw Bouchard PK on the PK today. Like,
Did you guys read out the time on ice for the defenseman today?
I can do that right now for everybody. Actually,
Let's do it.
Let's
start at the highest. Let's go highest to lowest.
All right, Brett
Give us
Kulak
that.
led the defense on time on ice, 21-22. Then you had Darnell Nurse at 20:54, Matias Ekholm at 20:42. Evan Bouchard comes in at 19:31 time on ice tonight. Jake Wallman, 19:19. Ty Emberson, 18:14 is the last, and not surprisingly. What does that tell you, Cass, when you see that?
What's Bouchard's average on the year? I'll tell you right now, it's higher than 1931.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gotta be at least like 20.
I think that may be
probably,
the lowest he's played this season. Possibly. I'd have to pull.
I'm looking it up. I'm
gonna go take a peek too.
Bouchard has been averaging 23:38 this year.
Yeah.
So that's 4 minutes less.
Yeah. And the only game he had less was against Utah when they were up significantly, so they rolled lines at 18:53. So if we scratch out that game, the average actually jumps up quite a bit more.
Right.
This was the second time this season he has played under 20 minutes. And that first time being the Utah game.
Right.
So again, if we scratch that, this is the first time in a game that wasn't like a, dominant, everyone's rolling, everybody's playing, everybody's doing everything game. So to the Knoblock comment, maybe this is a sign.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, he's out there towards the end of the game. I understand that. But he played a few less minutes tonight.
Quickly before we go to Chris Knoblock, because that's standing by, I have seen some comments about Calvin Pickard. People not happy with him. His stat line tonight, 19 saves on 22 shots, 864 save percentage. Again, Pius Suter allowed to do whatever he wants on the rebound with a minute and a half left to go. Uncontested. Second goal, the Robert Thomas one, bounces off the post, hits Pickard's pad, goes in. Tough bounce. First goal, Dvorsky with that one, his first ever NHL goal. That was very Leon Draisaitl-esque.
Yeah, a weird push on Pickard on that.
Yeah.
But he made great saves in the first.
Yeah.
He did.
He made some fantastic saves in the first period.
The Mangiapane goal only happens because Pickard made a great save on Broberg.
Yep. I didn't like the second goal. Third one, I don't fault him on. Right? You're not going to swallow up. And he swallowed up pretty good. Like that rebound was in tight on his pads. And if Bouchard had any kind of a stick on him, he's going to be able to smother it. But it was just clean for Suter to pick up. I did not love the second one. And I know it takes a funny bounce, but realistically, that puck should have just been in the net.
Well, Thomas should have buried it without the
should have buried it.
Yeah, he hit the post.
Right. But I think Pickard's push wasn't very good. I didn't love it. But it's not like he played horrible. And it's not like it's not. He made some very good saves to get them to 2-0, and the team didn't take advantage of it. So don't be mad at Pickard. I don't think it's his fault.
All right, let's find out what Chris Knoblock had to say. Cass, you get to stick around for a few more minutes.
Yeah, I'll stick for this one. Yeah.
All right, good. Oilers fall 3-2. Late goal by Pius Suter. Started by Braden Chen. My bad off the top there. I was getting all fired up. But here's Chris Knoblock.
Thinking, okay, another overtime, which you've been accustomed to playing lately, and then at least you feel like you've got a point, and if you get the second one, it feels like an even better, more complete evening.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go to overtime. It didn't feel like we were sitting back. I thought we had a lot of push, had our chances, and not that we were playing it safe. Unfortunate that, minute and a half to give them that goal like that. It's tough, especially when we're up 2-0 and then end up losing and not getting any points.
Was it a feeling until that 2-goal stretch in the 2.5 minutes that you'd been playing pretty good, a road game, and playing the type of hockey you want?
Early in the second period, they had some chances where I didn't think we defended well off the rush, whether their D were beating up ice or we're just playing the rush a little bit soft. And, after, second period, it felt that way. The third period was a little bit better. But, it's just unfortunate where it felt that most of the game, we played well enough to get 2 points.
Does this game feel at all similar to the last 2 games that you guys have played?
Just close. Could have went either way, down to the last minutes. So I guess in that way, yes, it was.
All right. One thing before that last question from Paige, where she rightly asked if this game felt similar to the last couple. Did Knoblock, he did say he felt that they played well enough to get 2 points, did he?
Yep.
Are you buying that?
We thought they had some option or chances. They pushed. And some chances in the third. I mean, I will say they weren't bad in the third. Like, they didn't give up much.
Mm-hmm.
And St. Louis was sitting back. But it didn't feel like they were. I mean, there was no feeling of inevitability that the Oilers were going to win that game. It was kind of hold on, it felt like. So, I mean, maybe we watched a different game. I don't know.
I don't think he's theoretically incorrect. I think there's definitely there was a chance the Oilers won that game, and there's absolutely a world where, I think at the 10-minute mark of the third period, if you were to say, what's the chance the Oilers win this game? 50-50. They had a chance to win the game. But, was it, a great effort and a great, like Cass was saying, was it inevitable that the Oilers were going to win that game? No. Even when the Blues came back to tie up that game, you were never sat there for the rest of the game going, oh, the Oilers are going to win this one.
No.
There was never, oh, they're dominating.
No.
So I guess I don't know, if you want to pick apart Knoblock's comments, yes, technically they gave themselves a decent chance to win, but they still, it wasn't a dominant performance at all.
All right, this text from Reed Wilkins. Wilkie saying, I'll say it again, the Oilers were expecting to be distracted by McDavid not having a contract extension. Instead, they are distracted by not being distracted. Thank you, Wilkie. This one from Taco says, I love McDavid, but I honestly think McDavid is a very difficult player to play with. Once he gets moving and flying around the offensive zone, his line mates look lost, don't know where McDavid wants them. At times, it looks like he is frustrated. I also think the team isn't capable of creating too much offense because a good chunk of the lineup is new or relatively new to the NHL. We can't expect these guys to score a ton. Speaking of new to the NHL, one guy that didn't see a lot of ice time after his penalty was Ike Howard. He finished up the night with 7 minutes on the button, Cass. Is that a big-time tell from the coaching staff?
Yeah. It's one of those, it's easier to send a message using those types of players than it is giving McDavid as a little sit-down or a reduction in ice time after he takes a penalty. And I think part of it, too, is that's his third infraction from a penalty standpoint in the last 4 games. It's his third one in the last 4 games.
Talking about that, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think you look at that from a coaching staff standpoint and you're saying, hey, here's a young guy. And actually, if we go back to even more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the last 8 games, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties in the last 8 games. So, and that's playing 10 minutes a night, which I think you're looking at this as a coaching staff and going, got to nip this. Can't let this keep going. So that, I think, is more than anything what it's about. Mm-hmm. Does it mean the writing is on the wall for him? It might. He's still the easiest guy to send down, everybody. And Zach Hyman's getting pretty close here to playing. So, I mean, we'll have to see. But, you can't, as a young guy, be taking too many penalties.
Yeah. You got a couple of options. Thomas Scheck has kind of been in and out of the lineup lately as well. Lazar hasn't played too many games. Philp, they've used sparingly, but he's been playing more. I don't mind Philp, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
They had a couple of good shifts. His line did, so I'll give him credit there. All right, Cass, these guys have to get back to it tomorrow. They're hopping on the plane. They're going to be in Dallas against the Stars. A lot of people leery of this matchup tomorrow night. I know we're going to break it down during the pre-game show. That's a 6 o'clock start our time, so we'll be on the air at 5 p.m. for the pre-game show. How, what needs to, does anything get said? It's probably going to be a quiet flight. I've been on those flights many a time, but how do you look ahead to tomorrow, Cass?
Yeah, probably going to be a quiet one. Not going to get any easier tomorrow. It's not a short flight by any stretch. You got a little ways to go, so you're probably not going to have a pregame skate. Or if you do anything at the rink, it'll be totally optional. Most guys aren't going to take it. Maybe guys that just didn't play are going to go skate. So it's going to be get yourself ready and show up to the rink. Maybe have a video session later in the morning and get to it against a Dallas team that can be very, very good. And it has some injuries. You know, Dallas is a little banged up right now. And I think if you're Edmonton, you're thinking about that a little bit to say, hey, that at least is the opportunity here is Dallas isn't at 100%. But you also have to know that this Dallas team is much, much better than St. Louis. And if you don't play, you're going to get spanked. So I'm interested to watch this one, guys, because to me, it's like you got a really good Dallas team, an Edmonton team that's just been so average through the start of the season. And I don't know, maybe you need to play a good team and this team will wake up and back-to-back, like a situation where typically we look at this game and go like, if they lose today, but they still played a decent game, you'd be okay with it, right? Because it's like you look at the situation and be like, yeah, you know what? They tried hard. They played well. Dallas is a good team and they just beat them today. Back-to-back games. All right, we deal with that. But they haven't been playing well. So maybe this is an opportunity to wake them up, snap them out of the slumber, have adversity become a catalyst for snapping this team out of whatever it is that we're seeing, which I still don't know exactly what it is, but we're seeing it.
Oilers have not been good in back-to-backs this year. 0 in the first two, and then have started this back-to-back with a disappointing loss. So another one in the L column in a back-to-back situation. We'll see how they do tomorrow night in Dallas. Like Cass was alluding to, Rope Hintz is out. Matt Duchene is out. Niels Lundqvist is on IR with a lower body injury. And then Jake Ottinger, I think him and his wife expecting a kid, or they just had a baby. And I heard on the broadcast, the guys were saying they expect him to be the backup tomorrow night when the Oilers head to Dallas. And we'll look to snap out of this funk, so to speak. All right, Cass, good stuff tonight. You're not in tomorrow, are you?
I'm not in tomorrow, no.
All right,
but well. and be gone for the next little bit here, and then we'll be back to it. But yeah, gone for tomorrow. Still get a chance, I think, to watch most of it, which will be good.
Yeah,
and yeah, I want to see this Oilers team wake up, gentlemen. I want to see.
You get to mop this pile of crap up on two guys at least tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll mop it up tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Have fun with that. Wear rubber gloves, okay?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, there's our game analyst, Matt Kassian, helping us break down the Oilers' 3-2 loss to the St. Louis Blues, who were off to a pretty bad start this season. St. Louis was winless in 7 heading into this game. You could text us 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat as well. A quick recap of tonight's game. Roslovic and Mangiapane had the Oilers up 2-0, just 2:27 into the second period. It would be Dalibor Dvorsky, a nice goal on the power play, his first in the National Hockey League, late in the second period. And then Robert Thomas would bank one off the post and off of Calvin Pickard's pad and in. So a fortuitous bounce. Like Cass said, the initial shot should have gone in, but Thomas gets the very fortunate bounce. And then Pius Suter allowed to just tap in a rebound. Braden Shen the pass to Parayko the shot. Pius Suter uncontested.
We could have scored that one.
You know, Benny, usually I say yup, but the NHL is a very hard league. And I would say 99% of us would screw that up somehow.
Somehow, some way.
If we were put in that situation. First of all, we wouldn't be put on the ice in that situation.
No, yes, of course.
But anyway, I love when beer leaguers are like, I could score 20 with Nick Davis. It's like, no. play with like guys who are
try
alumni.
keeping up with him.
You can't even shake a stick at some of those guys. Anyway, too easy for Pius Suter to bury the winner, his 5th of the year. Let's get to the turning point of the game. A lot of texts to get to, and I will get to as many as I can. A lot of people very upset with how the Oilers blew this game, and rightly so. We'll keep rattling those off. So in the meantime, we're going to get to the turning point of the game presented by Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today, www.advantagesportmed.ca, or call 780-460-9977. I'm going to put the turning point of the game at the Dalibor-Dvorsky goal. That's 16:08 of the second period. That kind of got
that woke up that barn.
Yeah, back in it. You're right. The rink got going. That's a good rink. Gets loud. It's a good hockey city. That sparked the Blues, and then, they get the equalizer later on in that period, just a couple minutes later, and then Pius Suter buries the winner in the third period. The Oilers couldn't get anything going. Well, they had small windows of zone time. Remember, they had that one shift where it was close to a minute in the offensive zone. They're buzzing a little bit, I guess, but outside of that, it was a very even third period until Bouchard let Suter just... Well, first, he got out of the way of the shot. Also, didn't bother to engage with the Blues player in front.
Yep.
Who happened to be Suter. And then he just, I'll take that and I'll bury it. Game over. That's the one. That's the one right there. All right, 780-218-9999. Let's go to this one. Out of Calgary says, TG, I know on the Oil stream today, you ranked the D-men on their season so far. I hope you do that for the forwards next. I'd give Frederick an F so far. He has been beyond disappointing. Why didn't he fight Tucker? Do something to spark your team. I don't know.
I don't disagree with him there.
He had a hit on Parayko, kind of shook him up. Yep. Outside of that, he touched the puck a couple of times.
Yeah.
Gene did a nice thing on his family.
Yep. Yeah.
That was something.
There was a play. There was one play I jotted down. Frederick, where did this happen? Frederick, nice play to Lazar on a 2-on-1.
Nice, good note.
Thank you. He batted that puck down from Wallman on a clear, and then it hits Lazar on a cut and almost scores. That was the only moment where I was like, there's Frederick. I know that guy.
Phyllis via the nasty chat says, your boys have to score 3 or more every game to cover for the lack of D. That's a great point by Phyllis. Yeah. They don't score 3 or more very often.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Don't expect to score. Don't expect to win games scoring 2 goals a game. At the same time, you shouldn't have to be relying so heavily on your offense that's the only way you're going to win games.
Jerry Jigler says, hey, Bouchard is Team Canada quality along with Skinner. Just kidding. That would be horrific. All right. Let's go back inside the Oilers locker room. We have Matias Ekholm.
We do.
All right. Let's go to Matias Ekholm following the Oilers 3-2 loss to the St. Louis Blues.
As soon as the Blues were able to get on the board at the end of the second period, where did you see that happen?
Yeah, I agree. I thought we had a good start. I thought we had probably a good half somewhere in there. When they got their first one, obviously we got on our heels a little bit. They got another one, but still going back in from that second period and knowing that you got to win a game to win on the road, you just win a period. And obviously, I thought we had our looks, but I think we can do a better job of maybe imposing our will a little bit more in that third and maybe earning that win more than we did tonight. We had some glimpses, but I think we can do more. Did
this feel similar at all to the last 2 games in terms of being able to be in control of the game and then allowing your opponent to get into it?
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. There's things that we like in the game. There's things that we need to work on. It's early in the year, so I don't think any team is perfect at this time of the year, but I think we can obviously do a better job of, these close games, just getting points all the time matters a lot. So I think that there's room for improvement.
Until that winning goal, did you think that the third period defensively, your club had done a really nice job of kind of holding the Blues back?
Yeah, no, I thought it was almost one of those games. The last 10 minutes, everybody was kind of waiting for an overtime, and we did a good job defending. So did they. So just a fluky play. Got a bit of demon and whatever, but again, we got to bear down in those situations, and we're not doing that as of right now. But we'll be better tomorrow.
How much does it help that it's the first half of a back-to-back? Of course, you guys go right to Dallas and play Dallas tomorrow night. Does that help to be able to flush this one?
I think so. Every time you have a back-to-back, it's just you can't even think twice about this game. It's behind us now. We got to focus on tomorrow. It's a big test for us. Obviously, we know what team they bring and the challenge that they bring. So, just move on.
All right, there's Matias Ekholm following his team's loss to the Blues. The one thing that stood out to me, Ben, he said, we need to do a better job of imposing our will a bit more and earning a win.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's... You didn't take over this game.
No.
You didn't... This was a struggling Blues team. You had a 2-0 lead. You came out all right. And how easily... if the Oilers just kept going and kept playing their game... They score 3 or 4. A team that's lost 7 in a row is probably feeling a little bit more down on themselves with down 3 or 4. 2 is still within range.
They're thinking, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly. But they score 1. Dvorsky on that power play, the turning point, bench, turning point. And all of a sudden, things change a little bit. And
Did you mean Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy turning point of the game? I got you.
Thank you. And so, that's... exactly what Ekholm said. He said, you didn't take over the game. You took the lead, and I was like, okay, not bad. And then slowly just okay, we'll keep playing. We'll let this, okay, 1 goal happens. Oh, now 2 goals happens. And that's it. Game over. Fell asleep at the wheel a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Dozed off.
I saw some text saying, let's see a Bouchard post-game interview. I don't think he's going to speak tonight.
No.
I don't think there's one.
He spoke.
Did face the media after the Rangers game.
Yeah. You can't ask for the same guy every game. Yeah. What is he gonna tell you? What is it like? It's the same thing that we've talked about for 50 minutes now. It's like, okay, he left his guy out front. All right,
gotta dig in. I gotta be better. We gotta score more goals.
Just gotta have more awareness.
Yeah.
It's same we know the answer.
Let's go to this one. Also out of Saskatchewan. Says, what's Regula's health status? Would you consider bringing him in? Better puck mover than Emerson. I agree with the better puck mover than Emerson. From what we've seen, limited, very small sample size. He was skating with the team this morning. I did see him skate at the rink the other day. Janmark skated as well. Hyman too. So Regula's getting closer after getting just absolutely run over by Evander Kane in the second game of the season. This one says, speaking of invisible, I didn't notice Holloway all night either. I had to look at the NHL website to see if he was playing. Yeah, he's not having a great start to his year.
There's one play in the power play I thought he looked good, but I trust me, I was a big fan of Holloway when he was here, and he had a great year last year in St. Louis. But yeah, definitely a rough start. Like among lots of people on the St. Louis Blues that are just off to a slow start.
Yeah. Well, maybe this sparks them. Whatever. There's more fish. They're bigger fish to fry.
The turning point of their season was the Edmonton Oilers get choking a 2-0 lead on November 3rd, and that was it. St. Louis Blues rattle off however many wins. They went on win the Stanley Cup.
This one text comes in, says, Evan Bouchard ranked 17th in the NHL with 21 giveaways, 14 of those in the D zone. Also, Evan soft as well with 18 block shots, while Nurse leads league with 37, Ekholm 31. Can you see the difference? Yeah, I can see the difference when he jumps out of the way and lets the opposing player take the puck and score like he did tonight. This text says Hyman and Janmark round out the team nicely. Hopefully they're back soon. Definitely. Sure. Hyman's getting close, and Janmark, it's still kind of up in the air. He's got a shoulder issue, and it's kind of a bum shoulder.
Oh, okay.
I was told, yeah. So it comes and goes type of thing. This one says, having to play Dallas tomorrow night, not a comforting thought. Ooh, 509 area code. What is
Nice.
that?
Nice.
Yeah, more of this. That is eastern part of Washington State, including cities like Spokane, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities area.
Nice.
All right, welcome. First text there.
Give
us a handle that we can save in our database to refer to you as.
Yeah. I honestly don't mind the Dallas game tomorrow. And here's why. If the Oilers play bad and get their bells rung, it could be a wake-up call like that.
You like that?
Yeah. It could be a wake-up call for them. If they get their bleep together and they beat a Dallas Stars team, it's like, oh, they still got that. And that could be a confidence builder. What's most likely to happen here is that neither a win or loss, they probably treat tomorrow like it's another game, and I don't know if they get out of this shtick in tomorrow's game. I mean, who knows? But I don't think it's a turning point tomorrow. I think whatever happens kind of is what it is. But this team does play down or maybe even sometimes up to their opponent.
I don't know why people are looking at Dallas like some juggernaut.
They're
a good, damn good team.
They're
sure.
The Oilers have beat them back-to-back playoffs now.
Now you need to bring your A game to play them.
For sure. And the Stars are looking across and going, I don't care what their record is this year. They've beat us in back-to-back playoff series, Western Conference Final.
Yeah.
So, they're going to come ready.
There should be some jam in tomorrow night's game.
There should be. Should be.
Injuries on the Dallas side, injuries on the Oilers side, regardless.
Jay Gottinger won't start.
Regardless. Dig in.
Yep.
All right, let's get to the Damon Bunting Real Estate Player of the Game. Damon Bunting, consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. Benny Thompson, take it away.
This guy returns to the lineup tonight, and I noticed him quite a bit today. Very underrated guy in the league. He could make a push for this Olympic roster for Canada. Robert Thomas.
Yeah.
I noticed him quite a bit today. He buzzes around. One of the best playmakers in the NHL. Racks up a lot of assists. Scores a goal today. You could tell that St. Louis team, their offensively revolves around him quite a bit. And to be honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot of guys that stuck out today. But I did notice Robert Thomas quite a bit. Was the first star. I usually hate going first star is equal to player of the game for myself, but that's what today is. So, that's the Damon Bunting Player of the Game is Robert Thomas with his 1 goal today.
Nicely done. That is the Damon Bunting Real Estate Player of the Game. Thomas, a goal in his return. The other goal scorers for the Blues, Dalibor Dvorsky, his first NHL goal, and then Pius Suter, the game winner with 1:23 left on the clock. I'm going to go to Coyote Steve in the nasty chat. Says, laughing my ass off. Bouchard has been hearing that bell all season and thinks it means dinner. Well played, Coyote Steve.
That's pretty good.
Well played. Very good. All right. The Oilers take on the Dallas Stars tomorrow night. Which Oilers team shows up? Probably the same one that has shown up for the last week in the game. Leaves you wanting more. Somehow finds a way to stay in the game. Maybe wins it. Maybe doesn't win it. Maybe they surprise you like they did against Utah when Utah came in with a 7-game winning streak.
Yep.
And they beat them.
Then they go play St. Louis with a 7-game losing streak.
And they lose to them in regulation.
Here we are.
With under 1.5 minutes left to go.
Edmonton Oilers hockey.
Roll the dice. That's what you're going to get tomorrow. All right, we're going to be back at 6 a.m. The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric and YouTube Trev. Happy birthday to Trev. Hope he had a good one. The Oilers certainly didn't give him a birthday present. He's probably a bit ticked off about that for sure, as is the rest of Oil Country. Big thank you to everyone who texted in. We appreciate you, whether it was the inbox or the nasty chat. Thank you for watching on YouTube. We always appreciate that as well. Hit your thumbs up button on the way out. That's going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. The Oilers fall 3-2 to the St. Louis Blues, allowing the Blues to snap their 7-game winless streak. Pius Suter, his 5th of the year, with a minute 23 left on the clock is the deciding goal. For Matt Kassian and Ben Thompson, I'm Tom Gazzola saying have yourselves a wonderful night. We will see you tomorrow.